Hello everyone, welcome to video lecture series of Computer Organization and Architecture. Today's topic is about processor organization. Let us discuss. See, when you have to understand about the organization of any processor, then initially you must understand some important requirement, means which are to be done by the processor itself. What are those particular tasks like related to the data or instruction? So let us discuss one by one. First is fetch instruction. It means processor must read the instruction. Processor must acquire the instruction, and the instruction may be either available in the main memory or cache or in the register itself. Next is interpret instruction. Interpretation means decoding the instruction. Decoding is required to understand means which kind of action is required, what particular task is to be done by the processor. Next, fetch data. Fetching data. Data may be available into the memory or data may be available at the IO port. So instruction execution may require some of the data upon which the operation is to be performed. So that data fetching is required also. Process data. Data process means during the execution of any instruction, some of the arithmetical or logical operations need to be performed. So that operation will be performed on the data itself. So it is related to processing of that data upon which the operation is to be performed. And last is write data. After the execution of the instruction, we'll be getting certain result. So that result which we are getting, that result must be required to write either into the memory or at the IO port. So that is related to the writing of the data, right? Now let us discuss how CPU is connected with the system bus. Here you can see a simplified view of the processor. You can see over here the major component of the processors are what? ALU and the control unit. ALU is the arithmetical logical unit. So the function of ALU actually performs actual computation or processing of the data. So whatever the kind of arithmetic operations or the logical operations that is to be handled by the ALU. Another important unit, major component of the processor is what? The control unit. So the function of the control unit is to control the data movement and instruction movement. Means data can be moving out or data can be moving in. It means control unit controls the movement of data and instructions into and out of the processor, and it actually controls the operation of ALU also. So this is how you can understand the function of control unit. And processor connect with the rest of the system via the system bus. Bus is what? There is a address bus, data bus and the control bus. Address bus will carry the address of that particular location. It may be the address of the IO port or the memory upon which the data is to be written, or the address of the memory from which the data is to be read, while data bus carries the data, and control bus it's required for the control signals. So I hope now all these particular points are clear to you. Yes, there is one more point which is about the register. So register is actually, see, for any particular task which is to be performed by the processor, some of the temporary information must also be stored during the execution of the program. It means there is a requirement of the register. So here you can observe in this particular diagram, minimal internal memory, which is actually the combination of the sum of set of storage locations. These combinations or these locations are known as the registers. So this is how you can explain the how CPU is connected, means the simplified view of the processor. Now let us have a look on the more detailed view of processor. This is the internal structure, or you can say that the more detailed view. Here you can observe that there are three basic components you can see over here. One is register bank, another is control unit, and the third is the ALU. So these are the three important, or you can say the basic components of the CPU. One more thing you can observe, internal CPU bus. So internal CPU bus, this is used for data transfer, and data transfer is actually required in between various registers and ALU, because ALU operates on the data in the internal processor of the memory. So because ALU operates on the data, so the data transfer will be done with the help of this internal CPU bus only, right? And the computer system, any computer system, it consists of a memory hierarchy. So there is a requirement of always a memory hierarchy, it must be available over there. In the ALU, you can see there is arithmetical and Boolean logic. This particular unit performs the arithmetical and logical operations. Status flags means gives the indication about the conditions. It may be zero flag, condition flag, sign flag. Shifter, during the arithmetical and logical operations, sometimes there is a requirement to shift the data left or right. So accordingly, shifter used to perform all these shifts operations. Complementer, it performs the complement. Like you can take any number you are having, you can take its complement, because complements are various times required whenever there is a requirement to perform the subtraction or like. So complementary unit also exists over there. You can observe that there is a very much similarity if you observe in between the internal structure of the computer and the internal structure of the processor. So among these two, there is a very much similarity, because in the both of the cases you can observe that there is a small collection of some of the elements, like there will be a requirement of processor, IO port, there will be a memory processor like control unit, ALU, registers, and all these are connected by the data path. So this is how you can understand the relatively detailed view of the processor. Thank you so much for watching this video.